liberty, and justice for all.
Okay, next up is community forum. At this time, anything that is not on the agenda can be addressed. The board does not respond. Please be kind. Make sure you are not bringing up names. This is not a time to bash anybody. If you have clear concerns, then we are willing to hear them. Everybody who has signed up has 3 minutes. If you talk about the same things, you will be stopped. So just make sure that we're sticking to that 3 minutes. So at this time, Andrea.
I will try to talk fast. I'm going to try to this, and it takes longer than 3 minutes, so I will do my best. My name is Andrea Ferguson. I live here in the community. I grew up here. I graduated from high school here. And with my education here, I went on to become a registered nurse, which I've been for 37 years. So, education in this community are very important to me. A letter has been drafted by parents and concerned community members, and I've been asked to simply read that letter. You all have a hard copy, and I believe there's a signature sheet that goes with it as well for others, including myself, Florence. And I get going, so. Valued members of the school board, we are writing to share several concerns and recommendations regarding matters that directly impact our school community, particularly within the preschool program. We understand that moving of staff members to different positions is usually up to the discretion of the administration. However, with this having been stated as a funding issue, we believe this should also be up to the discretion of the board. As parents who value education and student well-being, we believe open communication, thoughtful decision-making, and transparency are essential in building trust between the school board, administrations, and the family you serve. First, we would like to emphasize the importance of clear and consistent communication with the community. Recent concerns surrounding low preschool funding and potential program changes have not been from the community, leaving families uncertain and disconnected. These are important issues that deserve open discussion, timely updates, and opportunities for community involvement. Transparency will not only build trust, but also encourage collaboration towards meaningful solutions. Equally important is the allocation of funding. While maintaining school facilities is necessary, it is critical that investment in teachers remains a top priority. Educators are the foundation of student success. When funding is prioritized more towards capital projects than classroom support, it can negatively impact teacher morale, retention, and ultimately student outcomes. A more balanced approach that prioritizes both facilities and the people who directly educate our children is essential. For example, the remaining funds after the completion of our new football field and track. It was concerning to learn that the decision to distribute the remaining funds towards construction of the new concession stand, crow's nest, and restroom facilities was prioritized over addressing the needs of the underfunded preschool program. We do not feel that it is justifiable to spend money on something we do not necessarily need when we are now being told that we do not have the funds for an essential program, a program that no one will even need assistance. In addition, we would like to express both concern and strong support regarding the preschool teacher position. Early childhood education depends heavily on consistency, trust, and relationships. Our current preschool teacher, Becky Brock, has demonstrated exceptional dedication, care, and effectiveness in fostering a positive learning environment. She's built meaningful connections with her students and families and created a classroom where children feel safe, supported, and excited to learn. Any changes to this rule should be carefully considered as it may significantly impact the children and families who rely on that stability. We strongly encourage the board to retain her in this position. Becky has not only has made great connections with her students, but she has put her personal time and money into a strong education to make sure she starts every student with the best foundation possible. She's She's worked hard to make her preschool program recognized through the South Dakota School Administrators of South Dakota as an exemplary level quality preschool experience. With hundreds of preschool programs in South Dakota, there are only 53 schools recognized through SASC. And Becky will post a lesson on that. Given the significant change, the absence of a publicly announced action plan, and the possibility of appointing a teacher without a background in early childhood education, how does the school intend to attract new students? Finally, we have several strategies to be considered to support long-term financial sustainability. These include pursuing grant opportunities, strengthening community partnerships with organizations such as Onward Wolsey and Washington Citizens in Action, hosting concession-based events, and coordinating local fundraising initiatives to supplement program resources. Establishing a preschool advisory committee composed of parents, educators, and community members may further enhance collaboration, encourage innovative ideas, and strengthen overall program support. Additional actions may include increasing family awareness of child care assistance, enrolling in the CACFP program if not already participating, ensuring the effective use of IDEA preschool funding, and consistently pursuing 1 to 2 small grant opportunities each year. Our schools play a vital role in shaping the future, and the decisions made at the board level have lasting impacts. We respectfully urge you to prioritize transparency, support for teachers, thoughtful planning, and community involvement as you move forward. Thank you.
Thank you. I do want to address a few things. The reason it was not put out in the public is because we are actually accepting a resignation tonight that made this move possible. So it's not that we weren't putting it out in the public. Everybody deserves to have time to resign and not have everybody hear about it in the public before the board knows. So that is one reason for the move without the community knowing. Another thing is the funding for teachers is different than the funding for others. So there's different things that go into our teacher salary. At this point, we are transferring everything we possibly can out of capital outlay to our teacher funding. So we are doing the best we can. Right now, the preschool program with your guys' tuition every year makes $13,480. We pay our teachers $61,680, and that's without we pay full insurance. So that's an extra $20 a year. So them are some things that we look at when this kind of stuff happens. So just so you are aware of what happens, and we do not get any funding for our preschool. So it truly is a school. It is a school responsibility to so I do know a few years ago it was brought to the board to get rid of preschool completely. We were losing money then. The board decided to keep it with some modifications. So it has been out there that we are losing money every year. So, just so everyone knows there. Okay. Now for terrible reader. Somebody else signed up. Another Ferguson.
No, we're taking.
Okay.
I used up his time.
Okay. Thank you guys very much for coming. All right. Do we have any conflicts of interest? Hearing none, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda?
Motion.
Motion by Herman, do I have a second? No second. Second by Terry. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Communication and discussion items, admin reports. Jean?
Okay, so, I don't know, what I was gonna talk about, in a sense, is related to this, but that wasn't the plan. I remember last month when we said, I said I'd bring you guys a little bit about capital outlay, so you guys are aware. So the one thing I gave you, that's just 3 pages. I just wanted to show you guys Because I get tired of people, we ask for less, but we'll pay you more. So I give some examples of some places I looked in our district. So on the first line, I have a couple businesses, what their land was worth in 2025 in the building, and then what it went up to for this next year. Then I said what they pay for taxes, which is not all school related. And then I showed you what the levy was in 2025 and 2026. And then I showed you what that kind of relates to, how much they paid for school in 2025 and 2026. And the next one is, if your valuations wouldn't have gone up, that's what you would have paid, so then you would have had it. So I just wanted to show that because your valuations went up, what I did discover is if I own ag land, pasture, crop ground, that did go down a little. So they're seeing even a lower increase. But, like all of us, we all have houses and those went up. And ag buildings went up.
So
I-
it's owner occupied.
Owner occupied. So then, for some people that have maybe both some ag land and some owner occupied, probably see more of an increase because. So I just wanted to show that, and then on the next page, I had a sample of, you know how they send out the letters saying what, you know, how your taxes are broke down from one year to the next, and that part of it went to the county and part went to the townships. So I took one, and I just wanted you to see, like, in that third column, where our mill levy was, I can't read as well, 6.93. Last year, it is 6.523 this year, and that's for owner occupied, whereas those with farm grounds can be different. So I just wanted to show, you know, so you knew where to look on your taxes, that what we asked for did go down, but valuations went up, so how it reflects. And then the last page, I just wanted to show how I always say we can take some of our capital outlay and put it in the general fund. I just wanted to show you the worksheet we have to do. And so it's based on the income I have now, not what my fund balance is. So whatever I get for taxes for the year, minus that any opt-out or debt, then you can take that times 45%. So this is just an example. This last year we asked for the 1.3 and what 45% would be to that. But I can't figure it out until the end of the year because what if not everybody pays their taxes? So it's something I can't figure out until June. You know, gives me a rough amount. And plus, you're talking tax years. Tax years and school years are 2 different years, so I just threw kind of a number in there, but that amount is for 2026. I'm dealing with 2 different years. But I just wanted to show that. So when people, you know, say you spent money on a track, that's what capital outlay is for. Yes, you can use it for other expenses too in the general fund, but it's limited.
Any questions?
Yeah, if anyone ever wants to sit down or something. Taxes are not fun.
All right.
Of course, they're changing things again anyway, the legislature, so.
Okay, thank you.
Max Long again, I'm sorry, I've tried to talk fast, but we have a lot of things to celebrate. So on Friday, we had the middle school showcase, which went really well. 6th graders did a science fair, 7th grade did a geography project, and 8th grade did a director revealed between their groups of books they read. So we had a lot of parents come in and enjoy that. It was really neat to see. The high school took their pre-ACT test in the morning, and then in the afternoon, the teachers I want to thank for taking them out and clean up Woolsey Day. So they went out for an hour and picked up garbage around Woolsey. That was good for them to do some community service there. So K-12 band went to Region 4 large group contest, and they received an above average in 2 above average and 1 superior rating. So congratulations to them and Miss Bauman. She's doing an excellent job in the band. I appreciate her. And then our FFA teams qualified for state, livestock, natural resources, and dairy cattle eval, and then Ireland Salisbury qualified individually in floriculture. And they go next week. I think they leave Monday through Wednesday, so we got that down here. And then our April student of the month was Positive Attitude, Annie Allerdings, and Camille Rearick, Danielle Richmond, and Henry. I've got to work on that for graduation, so that's my goal in the next 5 weeks is to figure out how to pronounce Henry's last name. We had a student chat, and Mr. Duncan might talk about that too, but student chat, family chat on March 16th and 17th, and we received the data back, and we looked through it, but we'll talk more about that on this Friday with our felt team and the staff. We survived prom, that was Saturday night. If you missed out, it was on a lot of neat things that took place there. Thank you to Lacey and Mackenzie for their hard work in putting that together. Mrs. Stevens has had a big plate this month. We've done a lot of testing. Usually some of these tests take place in the fall, but because the state has now pushed that onto her being the test administrator, she had to go through a bunch of training first to be able to do some of those. So she's done a great job. We'll finish up with Smarter Balance next week in 3 through 8, and juniors will test ASVAB tomorrow. So appreciate her there. Perkins requests are due, and our CTV staff will be continued to work on those. Registration we will get in the next couple weeks, but it's hard to know necessarily what everything to register for if we don't have our staffing positions filled yet. So we still kind of register and then go from there. But graduation right around the corner, and we're finalizing those details and continue to work there. Upcoming events, HOSA is this week, at the end of the week, state HOSA. Good luck to those students. PTO on Friday, like I said, state FFA, and then our 6 through 12 concert is April 27th. So if you want to hear the wonderful band that got their above average ratings, please come on April 27th. Thank you.
All right, we'll have field trips coming up this month. Thank you to the PTO for helping out with that. Smarter Balance testing, we'll be April 20th. Thank you to all the parents and staff that made time for the family chats. I thought they went very well and got a lot of good information that we can use for this next year. We started the building project this week. Thank you, Jane, Brian, Jeff, and Charles for your hard work on getting the crow's nest down. We got sped review. I just got an email, sped review next year in December, so we'll go through that. That's every 6 years now. They have to go through sped review. Kindergarten roundup is the 27th, and we got 11 signed up as of right now. And then I just want to go over, I did give a bigger packet of the bills and legislator of everything that happened, but these are kind of the most important ones. SB 245 creates a homeowner property tax reduction fund, the monies of which must be used to reduce local effort for owner-occupied general education levies. The bill transfers 55 million from reserves to the fund for FY '27. Starting July 1st, 2027, the 0.3% sales tax will be deposited into the fund to continue funding the buy-down of owner-occupied levy. This bill has the effect of increasing the state share of education from 57.95 to 68.25. I think there's some details we're still working out with this one, especially with the sales tax and moving it up. So when I get more details on that, I'll let you guys know there. HB 1017 permits the board of a school district to assign a student who has engaged in aggressive or violent behaviors that disrupt the school or affect the health and safety of the school to an alternative setting. So pretty much this would be if you just have somebody doing something that you can put them in online school. So I don't know how many people will actually use it, but I'll be interested to see kind of where that goes. But I know that's another one. I think they got some issues to work out on that as well. So 1082 provides the department to reimburse schools for the price of reduced price breakfasts and lunches, 30 cents and 40 cents respectively if students qualify for reduced price meals out of the state general fund. So that'll help out a little bit, get some money back for that. 1130 allows the school district to pay property insurance policy premiums out of the capital outlay. So I don't think we've been able to do that. It's always been out of the general fund. So with our fund that we have with capital outlay, that would be huge because that was a pretty significant number last year, like 120,000.
Yeah, around that.
So,
So you can only do the property, you can't do it.
yeah. So that will be a pretty significant cost that we don't have to have out of the general fund there. And then the last one, revise the requirement of executive sessions and closed meetings stipulating that the absence of a unanimous vote, any vote to enter an executive session must be taken by roll call. The vote must include the applicable subdivision or any other applicable law pursuant to which the executive session is to be held. The session during the executive session is restricted to the purpose of specified in the motion. So pretty cut and dry, know what we're doing there, but just that voting part of it. So that is all I got. And again, I gave you guys the other ones, so you guys kind of want to look through those other ones, but those are kind of the main ones that would affect us.
Did you call for court?
I did call for core. They just had negotiations, so they went through all their negotiations with all of their staff. They try and keep it as close as they can with the state and then with the schools. And then they are going to try and buy their building. They only have like 100,000 left on it, so they have enough money to where they think they can just buy it outright and just have that. So those are really the only two things that we have.
Okay. Do we have any committee reports? For negotiations?
Negotiations, so that's enough. We'll go through that later.
Okay. Next up is preschool busing. I know names are here to discuss. Justine called me and discussed some things, and I asked her to share with the rest of the board.
Go ahead.
So,
I'm not really touching.
Alright, well, I'm Cole Newland, this is Justine, that's Keisha. We're here tonight to bring up the topic of 4 and 5-year-old busing. I think it'd be very valuable to our school and students' parents. We called around to the surrounding schools and found that pretty much all districts already have it. And they all have their own way of approaching it. We wrote down on there. And we looked into the safety of it, and we found that the large school buses would not require seat belts because they're designed for it. And we emailed Peter and had a double check, and they agreed and said that the school districts basically right now it's policy on it. Thank you guys for your time, and you consider it matter.
thank you.
Can I talk?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna be honest with you, when she first brought it to me, I was completely against it, like 100%. I appreciate how much effort you put into this. You did a lot of research, which, again, props to you guys. I think moving forward, I would be more than willing to do this, but I would like to come up with some rules for it. I know she has in there, riding with an older sibling. One of them would be that it would only be an afternoon route, that wouldn't be a pickup at noon. And then maybe just some other things that we can think of. What I'm thinking is I'll come up with kind of all the rules and everything, and I'll put it in the preschool handbook, and then we can go over that next meeting, and then we can approve that, if you guys do with that.
When you plan to do that, schedule transportation committee,
We can do that as well.
and then sit down.
Okay. So, again, thank you for bringing it. And again, I was against it as you could possibly think, but you changed my mind completely on it. So, I'll get something together, and then if you guys want to come to the next board meeting, kind of hear the rules and everything that goes with it, I think it's probably the best way to move forward. So,
Thank you for what you did. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Motion by Jeff, do I have a second? resignation from Miss A. Very sad to see her go. I'd like to have a motion to accept her resignation and thank her for her years of facilitator. Motion by Jamie, do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I also have a board resignation from Ashley Doris. I'm also sad to see that one. But I would also like to thank her for her time. She was a very good member. I have a motion to approve the resignation of Ashley Doris. Motion by Jamie, do I have a second? Second by Mason. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. At this time, we'll have nominations for a new vice chairman.
I'd make a motion to nominate Jamie vice chair.
Okay. Any other motions? Hearing none, I will cease nominations. Do I have a motion to approve Jamie as the new vice chair?
A motion to approve Jamie as the vice chair.
Motion by Terry, do I have a second? Second by Mason. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. I also need an appointment for a core representative. I can do that for the rest of this year. They already have all my paperwork, so. That way we don't have to go through any paperwork with them. I already know everything.
Can I nominate you, Terry? Is that the appropriate
Yep,
thing to do?
yep.
I'll make a motion to nominate Terry.
Second.
Do we need a motion for all these?
Well, you could decide whether you want to add another one on, because I guess you can just go with the two, and then in July, it will only be two.
So starting in July, we will only have 2 members on the committee because we cannot have 3 members as a 5-person board. At this point, we're done with negotiations for this year. So that, only having 2 is not a big deal for that. Budget won't happen until after our July meeting. Is everybody on the board okay with just leaving her position vacant on our committee? Or do we want to? And then in July, we'll redo that, the structure of that. Okay? I don't need a motion for her. Approve open enrollments.
We have 4, 3 from one family and 1 from another family, for starting next school year.
Okay? Great.
Approving.
Good, great.
One would go into 8th grade, one in the 2nd grade, 4th grade, and 9th grade.
And that's what they will work to starting out.
Yes.
My motion to approve the amendments.
Motion by Terry, second by Herman. Stacy. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. We want full with non-contracts without non-certified negotiations then?
I just have to check some.
Okay. We have a motion to offer contracts for this.
So it'd be all the teachers, all the non-certified, and the coaching, if you want to go ahead and coaching. Okay. It would be to everybody that's already got one, so we will have an opening like contract and stuff.
Do we have a motion to offer contracts for the 26-27 school year?
So moved.
Motion by Jeff, do I have a second? Second. Second by Terry. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Board resolution authorizing membership in South Dakota High School Activities Association.
Something we do every year, so figured since they sent out the thing, not due yet, but then I will agree about it.
I motion to approve membership. High school Athletics Association.
Okay, motion by Terry, go to second.
Second.
Second by Herman. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Approve ASBSD health insurance renewal.
So it's continuing, with what we've had, with, plan two, with $1,500 deductible and plan five, the HSA plan $3,750.
I have a motion to approve HSA and $1,500.
So moved.
Motion by Jeff, do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Terry. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. 26-27 calendar.
It's the same as last year, so not really much to it. 25th of September is homecoming, and again, that like 2-week break for Christmas. So it'll change next year, Christmas is gonna be on Saturdays.
Starts on the 17th.
Yes, starts on the 17th.
Awesome. And state fair is in the back of the week, so it's
I have a motion to approve the calendar as presented.
Motion.
Motion by Herman, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Jamie. All those in favor say aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. At this time, we'll go into executive session, South Dakota Codified Law 1-25-2, Section 1 Personnel, Section 4 Negotiation. Do I have a motion to go into executive session at 6:03?
I motion to go into executive session.
Motion by Terry, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Herman. We'll do a roll call vote. Who wants to start now? Sure. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Tara?
Yes.
Jamie? Terry? Herman?
Yes.
Jeff?
Aye.
And Mason?
All right. You guys are more than welcome to stay during our executive session, and come back in when we're done. We'll make any motions after these two items. So, otherwise, thank you all for coming.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Okay, we'll come out of executive session at 7:31. 7:31. Do I have a motion to approve administrative negotiations?
So moved.
Motion by Jeff, do I have a second?
I second.
Second by Terry, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. Do I have a motion to approve certified negotiations?
A motion to approve certified negotiations.
Motion by Terry, do I have a second? By Jamie, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion carried. At this point, we will move non-certified negotiations to our May meeting. We haven't finished that.